Okay, I am now going to show you a third way of writing linear equations. I know you're so excited. Here we go. So we already know slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form is what we focused on the most this entire unit. Slope-intercept form, if we know the slope and the y-intercept, we can create an equation, we can graph a line. We can take a line and take a graph line and turn it into slope-intercept form and have an equation of that. It's great. Slope-intercept form is fabulous for various situations. The thing it's limited on is you have to have the y-intercept to be able to graph in slope-intercept form. You have to. If you don't have the y-intercept, you can't use slope-intercept form. Then we have standard form. In standard form, we found it's great for finding x and y intercepts. It's great for describing different types of linear equations when it comes to real life situations. It's awesome in that regard. It does have some limitations in that it's harder to find other points on the line besides just x and y intercepts. So if you're looking for x is equal to 1, looking at the input and output, because the input and the output are on the same side of the equation, you have to do a bit more manipulation. Well, say these guys are siblings. We also have a third sibling in this family, and that is called point-slope form. Point-slope form, quite literally, is similar to slope-intercept form in that the name describes exactly what is happening. So slope-intercept form, we have the slope and the y-intercept. Point-slope form is pick any random point on a line and you have the slope, then you can create the equation for a line. I know. Is that cool? So that any point on the line could be an intercept, but it also doesn't have to be an intercept. It essentially has us taking the slope formula and using that to find an equation for a line. So let's look at this general situation. What if I knew what the slope was? Slope was 3, and I knew that this point 2, 1 was on the line. Okay, I'm going to take the slope intercept or the slope formula. So m is equal to y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. And I'm going to take this and turn it into an equation. Ready? All right. So I'm just going to say this is x1, y1 for the point. So this is my x value, my y value of the first point. So I'm going to, instead of writing the slope and y sub 1 and x sub 1, I'm going to put in these values. So I get 3 is equal to y sub 2 technically. And I don't have a second point, so I'm just going to write y minus 2, or sorry, my y minus 1, that's my y point, sorry, over x minus 2. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the x values. I'm going to get rid of this weird function or this weird fraction. This is our rational equation. Let's get rid of that rational equation, get the variable out of the denominator. So in order to do that, I'm going to multiply this whole side by x minus 2. And if I do that on one side, I need to do it on the other side, x minus 2. When I do that, I get the slope or the point slope form, which is x minus 2 times 3 is equal to y minus 1. So this whole equation, I'm going to now just bring the slope out in front because it's easier to see it there. So this whole function, if I were to write it in point slope form, and I'm going to do a little bit more manipulation. I'm going to say this y minus 1. Let's put this up front first. Y minus 1 is equal to 3 times x minus 2. And this is point slope form. So point slope form looks, oh man, I just erased all sorts of stuff. 2 minus 1. Oh, sorry, that's y sub 2. Y sub 2 minus y sub 1. X minus 2. All right, cool. So point slope form looks like this. Y minus y sub 1 is equal to the slope times x minus x sub 1. So if you know any point on a line, any point, we are going to put that point in for x and y, and the slope in there, and we have ourselves an equation. It's kind of sweet. It's really awesome. Trust me. If you know any point on the line plus any slope, you can create an equation. It's super duper versatile. Point slope form, I love because I feel like it's maybe like it feels a little like hard to deal with at first, and it looks really complicated. And that complication definitely causes us to have a little bit of anxiety. But once we get over that, it's instantly like my favorite equation of all linear functions, just because I instantly like I have a point, I have a slope, I can graph it. I also can manipulate it into slope-intercept form. I can manipulate it into standard form. I can deal with it in so many different ways. Point-slope form, I honestly feel like is the most versatile of all linear equations. However, it does look a little complicated. All right, we're going to look at 2, maybe 3 more videos. I think just 2 more videos where we're going to look at point-slope form. Check them out. And then you can start doing the must-do practice problems. Thanks for watching this initial video number 1. And I will see you in video number 2 and 3. Bye.